Your baby can't say, I trust you. They don't have the words, and they won't for years. But they're telling you constantly, in 7 specific things they do that almost every parent sees every single day, and almost no parent recognizes for what they are. I missed most of them with my first. I'd see the behavior and think nothing of it. By the time my second came along, I knew exactly what I was looking at, and it completely changed how those small, ordinary moments felt. Because none of these are random. Each one is your baby's nervous system quietly telling you it has chosen you as the safe one. Quick thing before we start. Drop your baby's age in the comments. I'm genuinely curious who I'm talking to today. Sign 1 is something you might have already seen this morning. 1. They calm down faster for you than for anyone else. You've probably watched this happen. Someone else is holding your baby while they cry, doing everything right and nothing works. Then you take them, and within moments the crying winds down. It can almost feel rude to whoever was holding them. That's not a coincidence, and it's not luck. A baby can't regulate their own nervous system yet. The part of the brain that calms a body down isn't built, so they borrow yours. Your steady heartbeat, your breathing, your calm hands become the external brake their own body can't apply. Researchers call this co-regulation, and here's the part that matters. It only works once your body has been logged deep in their system as the safe one. When you're the person who can switch off the storm, that isn't a small thing. It's a status you earned. 2. They check your face before trying something new. Watch your baby the next time they're somewhere unfamiliar. A new room, a stranger's face, a toy they've never touched. Before they do anything, they look back at you. Not for help. They're reading your face for one piece of information. Is this safe? This is called social referencing, and it's one of the most studied behaviors in all of child development. The classic proof came from the visual cliff experiments by Source and colleagues back in 1985. Babies were placed on a glass surface over what looked like a drop, with their mother on the far side. When the mother's face showed fear, almost no baby crossed. When her face was warm and encouraging, most of them crawled right over the apparent edge. The baby's decision came down almost entirely to the look on the parent's face. So when your baby checks with you before exploring, they've made you their reference point for the whole world. The move here is simple. Give them the calm, curious face. You're the signal that tells them it's safe to be brave. 3. They cry when you hand them to someone else, even someone they love. Most parents read this one as a problem. The baby was perfectly happy you passed them to grandma or a close friend and they fall apart. You feel guilty, you apologize, you take them back. But this is actually one of the strongest signs of secure attachment there is. Somewhere around 8 or 9 months, your baby's brain builds what's called an attachment hierarchy, first described in John Bowlby's foundational work. They've ranked the people in their life, and they've placed you at the very top as the primary anchor. Everyone else, however loved, sits a tier below. When you hand them off, their system registers it as being moved off the safe base, and the only tool they have to protest that is the cry. It isn't clinginess, and it isn't something to train out of them. Babies who don't show this distress often simply haven't formed that strong primary bond yet. So the cry isn't failure, it's evidence. Of all the people available to them, they picked you.
4. They bring you things, not to give them, but to show them. Around 9 to 12 months, your baby starts crawling over to hand you stuff. A toy, a sock, a bit of fuzz off the carpet. Here's the giveaway that it means trust. Most of the time, they don't actually want you to keep it. If you take it, they want it back. The point was never the object. The point was getting you to look at it with them. This is joint attention, sharing focus on the same thing with another person. And it's one of the most important social skills a human ever develops. Work from Michael Tomasello and colleagues found that babies who do this well become stronger communicators. In fact, babies who pointed to share attention at 12 months showed a better understanding of other people's minds years later, even after accounting for language. But joint attention only happens when your baby has decided that your attention is worth seeking. They want you, specifically, to see what they see. So when they bring you the leaf, look at the leaf. Acknowledge it, even if you have no idea why it matters. That acknowledgement is the whole reward they came for. 5. They wander off, then glance back to find you. Picture your baby playing on the floor, happily absorbed, while you're nearby but not directly involved. Every so often they stop, look up, Scan the room until they land on you, maybe smile, and then go right back to playing. That little glance is one of the most beautiful things in all of human development. It's called the secure base, a concept from Bowlby and from Mary Ainsworth's research. The most securely attached baby is not the one who clings to you constantly. It's this one, the baby who explores confidently because they know, somewhere beneath all thought, that you're still there and reachable. The check-in is what makes the bravery possible. If you vanish from view without warning, the exploring stops and the searching starts. So you don't have to be actively playing for this to count. You just have to be findable. Your steady presence in the corner of their eye is what's powering their courage. 6. They lift their arms to be picked up by you. It looks like the simplest thing in the world, arms up, reaching toward you. But think about what it actually is. Your baby has learned, through hundreds of repetitions, that reaching toward you produces closeness, comfort, safety. So they've turned it into a deliberate request, aimed at a specific person they trust to answer it. It's a small act of faith, repeated all day long. They're betting that you'll respond, and every time you do, the bet pays off and the trust deepens. You can't always scoop them up the instant they ask, and you don't need to. But when you can, answer it. Each answered request is another deposit into an account you've been building since the day they were born. 7. They fall asleep on you, fast. Sleep is the most defenseless state a human being can enter. A sleeping baby can't watch for danger, can't call for help, can't do anything to protect itself. So for your baby to melt into your chest and drop off within minutes, their system has to have decided something total, that you are completely, absolutely safe. Physical contact with a trusted caregiver helps regulate a baby's heart rate, their breathing, even their body temperature. Your body is literally doing some of the regulating their own can't yet manage. Falling asleep alone in a crib is a different event. That's often a system running out of road. But surrendering into sleep on top of you, quickly and easily, is a choice their nervous system is making. So those naps where you're pinned under a sleeping baby and can't reach your phone? That's not wasted time. That's the deepest signal they have, telling you you're the one place in the world where they can let go entirely. None of these 7 are accidents. You didn't happen to get a lucky, easy, trusting baby. You built this, across thousands of ordinary moments nobody was clapping for. Every time you came when they cried. Every time you held them with calm hands while they fell apart. Every time you came back after a hard moment and made it right. What looks like 7 small behaviors is really the visible surface of months of quiet, unglamorous work. Your baby still can't say the words, but they've been telling you the whole time in the only language they have, and now you can finally hear it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 does your baby do the most? I read every one. And if your baby isn't doing some of these yet, that's completely okay. Most of them show up on their own schedule across the first year or 2. If you want the real science of what's happening inside your baby's mind every week, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.